right, welcome back to Hanger 51. Crap? Where you see crap? Crap what? Where? Where's the crap? It's good to know you got my back there, Shadow. Wow, Bill, what's up? Somebody's sending me some love. Thank you, guys. Long day falling asleep. Yeah, I've been there, done that. All right, Shadow. Have a good night, man. We'll see you later. Oh, what's new? Oh, I don't know. Had to go to a neurologist today. A very old woman, orthopedic surgeon, but she knew her stuff, so that's good. EQ, what's up? F you, Jeff. F you, F you, F you. No, that's the part that was troublesome. They couldn't find one. They were like, we don't know how you're breathing. Ken Bird, what's up? Yeah. So she's looking at all my back problems because she saw the MRI stuff and all that. And the first thing she wants me to do is go get an X-ray standing up. There's something she wants to look for that she says it's probably what's causing my back pain, but it's not going to show up on a X-ray laying down. She says you got to be standing up. So I have to go get another X-ray standing up. Oh yeah, how'd that? So all good, huh? They didn't find anything, Bill. So you're good. I mean, they made you have an appointment. What? Just to spend the copay or whatever? Blood work in the morning. You have to go get it, or you had the blood work this morning. David, what's up? Good to see you, man. He asked you why you were there. Did you say, never mind, don't bill me and I'll leave. Goodbye. Yeah. That's funny. Why are you here? Because ice cream has no bones. Craig Beaven, what's up? How you doing, man? Going to get blood work in the morning. I thought you already did the blood work. So now they want more blood work. Okay. All right. Well, other than that, though, you checked out good, so that's good. I guess they did find a brain. So at least one of us has one. Check 6, what's up? How you doing, man? Yeah, Ken, that's I absolutely hate that kind of weather. That just sucks. JCB, what's up? Good to see you, man. So, just curious, I know some of you guys popped over from Bobby's show. What's Bobby talking about tonight? Anything good? Is there anything new out that he's reviewing or anything? Anything you guys want to talk about? Because I did Horizon come out with anything today? I've been so busy today I didn't even look. Been working on the trailer all day. Um, eh, that's not entirely true, but I don't remember what else I was doing today. Oh, um, some computer work and checking on some of the stuff I ordered. A new radio came out today. Oh yeah, a Spectrum radio. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Jeff in Lower Alabama. Good show, Jeff. The sheep were excited. Oh, that was good. Yeah, it's dinner with Kenny. Yeah, I've got a little bit of salad left over here. Um, and I got some leftover in this cup. There's a little bit of leftover soda. I got milk in this cup. Ah, I love milk. And then I got an unopened Pepsi that we'll get to later. You think the Spectrum design team was drinking some Bud Light? I guess that's not a very raving review, is it? Oh, well. Was your doctor's appointment tonight, Bill, or in the morning? When the hell was your doctor's appointment? Big Jim, what's up? It's the ladies' radio. Oh, is that what it is? 4 p.m. Wow. The White Knight. Oh, joy. I'll be jumping all over that one. All right, I gotta go check something real quick. Be right back. I don't know why I did that. All right, so let's see. Michael, what's up? How you doing, man? RC Plane, I saw you in Jeff's show. Welcome to the show, man. Um, I don't think, I don't think it should be between a high wing and a low wing. At least not for me. It has to do with the most bang for the buck. So, so I picked. Now it's one of my favorite planes, and it's close to being my absolute favorite airplane. If it isn't, it's hard to say. I got a lot of nice airplanes that are favorites, but right now, if I all the choices that there are out there, if I had to pick one airplane, it would be the Carbon ZT-28. And I'll tell you why. It fits 3 different venues that is unique to one airplane being able to do that. It's military, so I can go to any military show and fly it. It's scale, so I can go to scale, any scale event and fly it. And it's giant scale. It's big enough to go to a giant scale event. So with those 3 parameters right off the top, forget the fact that it's probably one of the best flying airplanes that you can buy. You get a lot of bang out of that. It lets you go to a lot of different events. I know it's big, but I like the big airplanes. So that's my criteria. If I can only have one airplane, even though I love my RV8, and it's probably a little bit better flyer than the Carbon Z, but not much. And I only say that is that because the RV8 you can fly in a hurricane, and the Carbon Z you can't. The Carbon Z doesn't have the flight controller smart enough to overcome those kind of winds, where the Aura and the RV8 does. But I like that pick because of, like I said, the 3 venues you can fly it in, and so that's a lot of. You have a lot of events you can go to with one airplane, versus, if I had the RV8, I could go to a scale and a giant scale, but I can't go to a military, because not a military plane. If I picked like the 1700 Mustang from FMS, another great airplane, can't go to the giant scale; it's not big enough. So there's a lot of criteria there. So that's my all-time favorite. Now, I think you asked in Jeff's show, air tractor or turbo timber. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the turbo timber. Look, they're great flying airplanes, both of them. But the turbo timber, as opposed to the Timber X, is just not aerobatic enough for me. The roll rate's too slow. It's a great flying airplane. It's fun to fly, but I think the Timber X does everything that one does and more, because it's got shorter wings and it has a much quicker roll rate. So I just think that plane's more fun to fly. But the air tractor is just more fun to fly, period. So those are my thoughts on that, because I know you asked that question also. So there's a lot of things. A lot of people can't get big airplanes because they're driving a Prius or something, and so they need smaller planes. So if we're going to narrow the field as planes under 1,500 or something, then there's new choices. But that's my one. If I had to pick one airplane, that would probably be it right now. That's my all-time favorite. Now I just ordered one. We're going to get to that in a minute. That might take the place of that. We'll see when I get it, because it's big enough to be giant scale. It is military, and it is scale. So it fits the bill, and so that might become my new favorite. We'll see. I can tell you it's a beautiful airplane. So, and I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, not everyone has a bus. Yeah, I don't either. I have a little teeny trailer. You know, I used to drive the bus for a living, not to go flying. Okay, I got a little trailer. I think your trailer's bigger than mine, Jeff. Mine's only at 12 foot 14 if you include the V. What size is your trailer? I think your trailer, and mine's a single axle. I think isn't yours a dual axle? Journo, what's up? How you doing, buddy? No, we lost a couple people. What the hell? How did we lose them already? Alberto, what's happening? How you doing, man? Lyndon Stewart, what's up? Now, see, there's a bunch of new people here, but we lost people. How'd that work? I don't know how that worked. Yeah, this is the original UMX timber, not the new. What is it? The ultimate timber or I don't know. I don't remember the name of that damn thing. No, this is the old original. This is one of my first UMXs. And it still flies great. It's got a problem with the elevator servo. It works, but it also gets locked if I over elevate it. So, but that's okay. It's not like you're gonna kill it when you know. And then I have the turbo. I have the UMX turbo timber also. I haven't bought the Timber X, the UMX Timber X. If it goes on sale, I'll buy it. But I don't want to pay what they're asking for it. I don't like them that much. $100. If it goes to $100, I'll buy it. So Mike Bird in the house, Ken Bird in the house. All right, who else? Anybody else I missed? If I missed you, raise your hand. Okay, so I got a question. So I know a lot of you guys watched the video on my jet flight for 12 minutes. What do you think? What did you think? So everybody liked it. Did you like it, Alberto? Did any rain get in it? Did it leak? You know, give us some updates. You know, I'd like to hear what's going on with your tent. That interests me. It has to have Spectrum Protocol RC plane, but no, I fly all my stuff with a Radio Master because it'll fly Spectrum. So if you buy a Radio Master, it'll fly just about every profile out there. You know, it flies Free Sky, Fly Sky, Spectrum. Jesus, it flies just 70 different protocols. So that radio will fly just about anything you can buy. You know, literally, if you can buy it in a bind and fly configuration or thereabouts, more than likely the Radio Master will let you bind to it and fly it. So yeah, you don't have to. You're not married to Spectrum anymore. You know, and that's why I got away from it. It's not that I don't fly Spectrum, I do, but I don't trust it to fly big stuff. And but I still like their, you know, some of their bind and fly stuff is pretty good stuff. I like it, so I'm going to keep buying it. But I'm not married to Spectrum, you know, so I can fly Spectrum, but I'm not married to it. And that's where I had a problem with the Spectrum stuff is I don't want to be married to one airplane. I'm not buying everything I want to fly from Horizon. There's a lot of other planes out there I want that Horizon doesn't sell. So I wanted the flexibility to have one transmitter that flies everything. And the Radio Master is just that radio. So I highly recommend it. And Kenny F. and Rogers will back me up on that because he flies the same thing. And he agrees with everything I'm saying. It's just an awesome radio. The quality's fantastic. and you can fly anything on it. So the lucky racist. Is that what it's called? Really? RDF. I'm not really sure what you're asking, Alberto. What do you mean by RDF signal interfaces? Are you talking about the protocols? Are you talking about I'm not. I mean, because if you're talking about the different protocols, yes, I've had personally experienced that Spectrum has been a big problem for me, but not everywhere. And I have to keep saying that because people misunderstand what I'm saying. At the field I fly at, my regular field, I have personally, with my personal stuff, never had an issue with Spectrum at that field. Okay? Now, I was told when I got to that field that other people have had Spectrum problems over here and over there, and I was, by the owner of the field told me that first day I got there. My old field, I had a lot of radio hits from Spectrum, and at the flying field I go to for the E-Flight event here in Florida, the Imperial field, I had problems with Spectrum. So I've had problems there and at the old field, but at the field I'm currently flying with, I've never had a problem with my stuff. Now, I was flying somebody else's Spectrum plane and lost it. It was, you know, I was probably 100 feet up, and it started spiraling in, and I had no control of it. And the last, I didn't give up until it hit the ground. And there's a hill, and it went down past the hill. I lost sight of it, but I knew that I still had some room there. And I was holding full up elevator, and it pulled out at the last second, and I saved it. Brought it back, landed it, and handed the radio back to the guy that owned it. I said, "Get that thing away from me." And I've seen a lot of people have problems with Spectrum out there. And that exact same spot, as a matter of fact, I've seen 3 airplanes go down in that exact same spot. So yes, I can say I have experienced issues with Spectrum. I haven't had a problem with the Futaba equipment I used to fly. I haven't had any problem with my Free Sky stuff anywhere I've been. I haven't any problem with Radio Masters everywhere I've been. I've flown at all the same fields and others on top of that, and I've never had issues with any of the other ones. So, but that's just my personal, you know, experience. Oh, so Mike Bird likes the racist radio. Okay, there you go. Well, there's a lot of things that could cause signal interference, but there's no way of knowing, you know. I suspect, I don't have any proof, but the old field I flew at, there were cell towers at both ends of the field. Probably a, you know, that one was to the south was probably 3/4 of a mile away, and the one on the north was about 1/2 mile away. And everybody told me that those towers were the problem, but you know, there was no way to confirm that. Yeah, everything looks good and white if you're racist. Yeah, power lines. I live behind power lines. I fly here all the time. I actually hit the power lines once. That was pilot error, and I haven't had any interference. But again, not flying Spectrum. Well, actually, I take that back. One of them was Spectrum. I didn't have any problem with that one either, come to think of it. Yeah, my little, I was flying this one under the power lines. No problem. And that's still on Spectrum. So, yeah, haven't had that problem. Yeah, so Ken Bird took the words right out of my mouth. There's cheaper radios out there that are as good a quality, if not better. I personally think the ones I own are better. Um, but that's, everybody has an opinion, so but that's how I feel about it too. Listen, I have over 150 airplanes. Most of you guys know that. If I was paying Spectrum prices for receivers, somewhere in the $60 to $100 a receiver, I could never afford to have receivers in all these airplanes. As it stands now, just about every single plane here has a radio in it, ready to fly. If it doesn't have a radio in it, it's because the plane's not ready to fly. It needs some kind of minor repair or I'm getting a message from YouTube. They want me to turn on ads during my show. That's what YouTube's trying to do to me. They want me to add more ads because it makes more money for me. Yeah, they're thinking of me. That's what they're doing. Yeah, right. So thank you, RC Planes. I appreciate that. I appreciate the. Yeah, I don't pull punches. I'm not going to promote anything that's not I don't believe in. It's and that's not to say that it's if I don't promote it doesn't mean it's not any good. It just I'll be the first one to tell you that like LX models, I think fly great. They look great, but are they the best planes? No. I mean, you got to be a modeler to buy those planes because it's going to need some work when you get it out of the box. You're not going to just put 4 screws in it and it's ready to go fly. If you want it to fly good, you're going to have to do some work on it. And but sometimes it's worth it. I think it's worth it. The planes are so beautiful that I think it's worth it. So I don't mind buying those planes and working on them. I think it's well worth the work. But not everybody feels that way. So in the hobby 50 years, I grew up. We didn't have take it out of the box, screw it together, and go fly it. We had a box of wood sticks, and you literally had to build an airplane out of that, and it would take weeks, months, sometimes, and then you would then you get to go fly it. So it's not that I don't want to build anymore. I do. I've got planes I'm building, but yeah, the new racist radio is $300 or 300 pounds, I guess, where you are, Mike. Yeah. So that's even more money here because your dollars are worth more than ours now. So. No, Lyndon, I don't think it's magnetic forces of any kind. It's radio waves, and and it's whether the radio has the ability to, there's a lot of things on 2.4 gigahertz that can interfere with the radio. So it has to do with the ability for it to dismiss the bad signals. It has to be able to ignore the bad signals. It has to have frequency hopping to be able to hop enough different frequencies to stay away from, even if it hopped onto the bad one, it's only there for a millisecond before it hops to the next one. So you might get a little glitch, but not where you completely lose it and and it's going to crash. So the frequency hopping and the being able to distinguish between a good signal and bad and filter out the bad is what makes a good radio. And and that's you guys aren't aware of this, I'm sure, but since Spectrum came out, I think we're on the 4th iteration now of, even though it's still DSM-X or DSM-2, they've changed the way the protocol talks. And we're on the 4th, I think, iteration of that now with the new NX radios. Because they keep trying to fix, they know they have a problem, they're trying to fix it, So, and they're just like Microsoft, you know, they give you Windows 11, Windows 12. What are we on? Windows 13 now, and they want you to send them a, you know, a crash report because you're the beta tester for them. Okay, when the radio crash or the computer crashes, you send them a report that tells them what crashed, and then it kind of deciphers what went wrong, and then they fix it. So, which is great with a home computer, but not so great with an airplane. You know, you can't just press the reset button and go again, you know. So yeah, so I don't beta testing a radio for Horizon while they figure out what's wrong with it is not my idea of the way to do it. So, you know, but that's basically what it is. Do I have any? Yeah, I've got a bunch of World War II planes. I've got 3 Spitfires, I think, or 4. How many? Wait a minute. I have 3 Spitfires. I have, I think, 14 P-51 Mustangs at last count, I think. I have 9 Corsairs. I have 5 T-28s. What else? That's kind of post-World War, but it's military. And then I got a slew of other stuff here and there. I got an ME-262, F-109, or a BF-109. Actually, I have 2 of those. I have a Focke-Wulf 190. I have some more German planes I can't think of right now. So yeah, I have a slew of World War II stuff. Kind of my favorite stuff. I really like the World War II stuff. I just have a, I don't know, a fascination with World War II stuff. So I have a whole lot of it. A commercially available solar-powered remote-controlled plane. I believe there is. I don't believe it's any good, but I think Banggood or maybe AliExpress sells a plane that's got a solar panel on it, I believe. I'm not positive. And I'm sure it has a battery backup in it. The solar panel just recharges the battery to give you a longer flight time. I don't think it's 100% solar. It could be. I don't know for sure. Not something I'm following, but I'm pretty sure that there is something out there that has a solar panel on it. I think it was one of those FPV, kind of like a flying wing deal, I think. So 300 pounds is $367 here. So yeah, so their new radio is very affordable at $367. The Radio Master's still $199 all day long. And it comes with a battery and a touch screen and the Holophx gimbals, all the good stuff for $199. And you get it even cheaper than that if you shop around. Mike Bear, what's up? How you doing, man? Are you in Tampa right now, Michael? Is that where you are? You're doing your 20-minute stop off to pick up somebody? Got to start up. Check back in 45,000 feet. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Ken Bird said it. You know, the World War II birds just have a iconic shape. You know, they're just something about the World War II stuff I love. So I just bought another one, as a matter of fact. Actually, I think I have 15 Mustangs. I just bought another one. I bought this. I already have it. I crashed it, and it had a sound system in it, so I already rebuilt the fuselages. But yeah, so I just bought this one again, this Freewing P-51 Mustang. It's the old Crow version, Bud Anderson's plane. So I just bought another one of these. So I have 1.5, I'll say. Actually, I have 2, but the second one's not going to be very pretty. They sent me wings that were all beat up. They're in terrible shape, but that they said since it doesn't inhibit the flying characteristics of the plane, it's not covered. So all right, so let me get back to a second here. I wanted to talk about my jet flight. Okay, so I flew the jet for about 12 minutes, and everybody's teasing me that I puffed my batteries. Now I'm consciously trying not to puff my batteries. So I landed very conservative on that pack. I used to fly them to 369 to get those incredible flight times. I flew this one to 373 under load. So when I relaxed the load, it immediately came up to 375, and I'm sure it's resting now at probably 378, almost 380. And the pack was not even warm. I mean, there was just enough warmth in it to feel that there's some warmth in it. It wasn't even warm. It was like borderline. I think the packs that were sitting on my fender that were intermittently in the sun were warmer than the one that came out of the jet. So in no way was I abusive to that battery. I didn't hurt that battery, and I'm being very conscious not to hurt those batteries. So so that was not an extended. I could have flown that plane for another 3 minutes easy, but I would have been down into that danger of puffing a battery voltage possibly, and I'm trying to avoid that. So I didn't take it that low. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, there's another beautiful example of a plane under $200. It's a nice 1200 millimeter size airplane that didn't come from Horizon Hobby, because their 1200 stuff's over $300 now, and you can get one for $189. So perfect example of what's available out there if you're looking around. Yeah, you're right, Big Jim. Yeah, I can't go 12 minutes on the bus without crashing it. So yeah, that was the record. Yes, Lyndon, I have a whole bunch of gas RC airplanes, but I just haven't gotten in the mood to fly them again. Those are the old days back in the 80s when I was flying gas. Yeah, I always have gas. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Jeff was pitted next to me, so he knows how much gas I am. I just can't bring myself to put them in the air again, Lyndon. I just, I'm over it. The electric planes fly so long now. I mean, that was a jet that flew for 12 minutes. I can fly a prop plane for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on what it is. So flight time is no longer an issue, which when they first came out with the electrics, flight time was the big problem. Not enough flight time. You can't fly. Well, we're way past that now. We've got flight time out the gazoo. So yeah, Ken. So Ken's giving us a history lesson there. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that. Yep, he's right. The Mustang was still being used in Vietnam. I think it was more of a ground attack or support plane than a dogfighter, because we were in jets by then. But it was still useful. They still had the A1 Sky Raider was there as well. That was another awesome ground attack. That's one of my favorite airplanes. I have 2 of them. Sky Raiders. Love that airplane. It's one of my favorite all-time airplanes. If they made a 2-meter size one out of foam, I know they do in the balsa, but it's too expensive. I don't want to spend that yet. I might. It might come to that. But yeah, I love the Sky Raider. So, all right. So anyway, getting back to the jet. So yeah, I didn't extend my flight to get that long flight time and hurt my batteries. So my batteries were perfectly safe. Now, if you guys watched me fly the flight with Tony, he was flying the free wing Avanti, and I was flying the FMS 70 millimeter Avanti, and we flew for right at 12 minutes there too. Um, Same thing. I cut it off at 373 volts. Tony flew his all the way down to 357 volts. So he flew one extra lap around. He landed right behind me, and he had his batteries all the way down to 357. And I was at 373 when they landed, and they immediately came back up. The 375, 378. So again, I didn't push my batteries far, and he did, and we landed at almost the exact same time. So, yeah, I'm not pushing my batteries anymore. I'm really trying, because I'm really testing these new HRB Reds to see if they're gonna, hold up. So far, so good. They're doing really great. I really like them. Brian Chambers, what's up? So there's 25 in the air, 12 likes. All right, guys. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Means a lot to me. It really does. It helps the channel a lot. Okay, so what's the next thing I want to talk about? I got a bunch of new planes coming. Just an update. My one of two lawsuits got finalized over these two accidents, the bus accident and the drunk driver accident. The drunk driver accident has been finalized. Basically, the insurance companies don't have an argument. The guy was 3 times over the legal limit and went to jail. So they paid the policy limits and just got out of it. They didn't want to fight. They didn't want to argue. They paid my attorney off. We're done. So I'll be getting that check within the next 30 days. It's not a big amount. It's not even $100,000, guys. It's not even, honestly, it's not even $50,000. My portion of it. So, I'm not rich at all, but I have a little extra money to buy a couple of planes and go to Bigfoot. So, Kenny Rogers, what's up? We were just talking about you. Everybody was talking about radios, and I said you would confirm that the Radio Master is an awesome radio, because I know you fly it too. So yeah, I got a couple extra bucks that I can go to Bigfoot. So the plan is now to go. I'm not saying for certain, but I'm setting the trailer up and working on the trailer quite a bit, trying to get it set up to make sure I can go. Yeah, there it is. He loves his TX16S, and so do I. Love that radio. Love everything about that radio. I didn't think there was a radio. I didn't think I'd ever have to replace my 2 Taranis Plus radios. And then they came out with this one, and it just surpassed that radio. And those are still great radios, and I still fly them every day. I bring all 3 radios because I've got some of my planes are on the one, some of my planes are on the other one, and some of them are on the Radio Master. All the new stuff's on the Radio Master. So I bring all 3 radios. Still flying all 3 radios, but I really, if I had to have one radio, it would definitely be the Radio Master. Yeah. So mine's not collecting dust, but I don't fly them in near as much as I used to, because before that's all I flew. Most of my planes now are on the Radio Master. If it's already on the DX9, oh, that's a DX9. What's the Taranis 9? It's a D something 9. I forget what they call that one. But my Taranis radios, they're free sky radios. I still use, because I'm not going to take a plane off of it just to put it on the Radio Master, because I need the space. I'm going to, each one of them has 60 airplanes on them. So I need that space. I got more planes coming, so I need that space. So I'm not going to move them off the other radio. The radios work fine. I don't have any problem with them. But yeah, my favorite's definitely the Radio Master. I really like that. So, all right. So here's some of the planes. You guys, I did an unboxing on the Dancing Wing PT-17, the big giant Sturman. I'm going to build that prior to Bigfoot. Hopefully to bring it to Bigfoot. So I want to get that one built for Bigfoot. I'm going to get this Mustang built for Bigfoot. I did some work on the plane I bought from the guy in Orlando. I've got the landing gear issues fixed. They weren't big issues, but it just required some Dremel tooling, and now they're rock solid, so we're good there. So that's ready to fly. I'm not bringing both T-28s, so the yellow one's ready to fly. We'll bring that one. The other plane I just bought was the HSD, the 262. It's a twin 90 millimeter 262, and it's on the way. It should probably be here. It might be here Saturday, actually. I bought a tank. I didn't buy it from Motion. I bought a Challenger, that Henlong, whatever it is, Challenger tank in the metal version. It's all metal, and I got a great deal, and it was $80 cheaper than at Motion. So I bought that. That's on the way. That'll be here. That might be here tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow or Saturday. I bought a bunch of parts to fix a few other airplanes. Did I buy a house yet? No. Deb was going to go look at them today. She decided she's going to go tomorrow. So she's off tomorrow. She's going to go tomorrow. I guess that's the plan. We're still, once we got to get everything figured out, Wild Bill. How much is the house? How much is the insurance going to be on the house? Because we're going to have a loan. So we're going to have homeowners insurance. How much is that going to be? Are they going to install it? Are they going to take the old one away? Do I have to do the hookups? Do they do the hookups? And how much of my property tax is going to go up? All these questions we need answers to before we're going to pull the trigger. So, and it's a process. So it's not going to be something quick. But we're doing all the legwork. We're doing the research. So she wants to go look at them. So she was going to go today. She changed her mind. She says she's going to go tomorrow. And I told her, listen, I'm not even, she wanted to know if I wanted to go. I don't care. Whatever you pick is fine. Just pick one. You don't need my input on this. We'll discuss all the other parameters when you get home about the insurance and all that. But as far as the house, if you like it, buy it. If that's what you want, then do it. So, yeah, the tanks are pretty cool. I've been wanting one of these tanks. I have an old, it's a really cool tank. It looks like a Bulldog. I don't know if it is or not. But it's a battery-operated tank, but it's not radio control. You just turn it on and you let it go, and it drives over everything. And I honestly don't know where it is, but I love that tank. And I miss it. I don't know where it is. I think I have it, but my brother might have it. So I wanted something to replace that. I've been wanting one for years. And so I finally pulled the trigger and bought a really nice one. So did my probation offer? Yeah, my ankle collar will Bluetooth to my phone, so I can go to I can go to Bigfoot. So I'm working on going. As it is now, the plan is to go. Well, as long as everything goes, I get everything ready and I'm 100% ready to go, and I'll be there early if I go. I'll probably be there Wednesday, maybe even Tuesday. I figure if I'm going to drive that far, I'm going to get the most out of it. So I'm going to be there a lot of days. So, yeah, check 6. I beat you to it. Yeah, my ankle monitor will Bluetooth to my phone. We're good. So, yeah, Jim. So, yeah, it looks like now Bigfoot's on. And I'm going to bring all the cool airplanes that nobody else sees. I'm going to bring my P40, the LX models P40. I'm going to try to put my YF23 together and bring that. I'm going to bring all the stuff that nobody sees. You never see it anywhere. Nobody has them. So I'm going to bring everything I can. I might even bring my the B2 I have. It's going to be about a 14-hour drive for me to go to Bigfoot. Yeah, it's about a 14-hour drive. So, you know, it's a long drive. So, I'm definitely going to take my time. Fuel mileage is another thing. I'm probably going to have to drive slower than I should to conserve fuel, because honestly, it doesn't do me any good to go faster and then have to stop 3 times. If I get the mileage I think I'm going to get, I think I'm only going to have to stop once for fuel. So the time difference between me going slower and steady versus going fast and having to stop 2 extra times for fuel is not only going to cost a lot more money, but the end result will probably be within an hour of one another, and I can probably save, yeah, 50,000 in gas, or no, 5,000 in gas. Yeah, I can probably save $200 in fuel to get there an hour later. So I'm going to do that. You know, I'd rather save the fuel than get there an hour earlier. So, and that's really about the difference it's going to be. Yeah, 14 hours ain't shit, right, Jeff? Yeah. So, yeah, it's not out. The hours weren't what was preventing me from going. It was the gas to get there. So I finally put E85 in my truck. It's the first time I put it in there. And the truck pulls the trailer. I get better gas mileage with the E85 pulling the trailer than I do using gas, because there's so much more power that the load comes off the motor. The motor's working a lot less to pull me down the road with the trailer. Now, without the trailer, no, the gas is cheaper and better mileage by far. But under a load pulling the trailer, the 85 is definitely doing better. So I'm getting better mileage with the 85, and it's like 50 cents a gallon cheaper right now here. So it's a win-win all the way around to use the 85 to go there, you know, pulling the trailer. So that's the plan. So that also helped. So yeah, I'm gonna go, Jeff. Unless, I mean, the plan is I'm going. You know, as long as I get everything done in time to go, I'm going. You know, I've already made up my mind I'm going. It's just that if things don't work out, if I don't get everything done in time, then maybe I don't go. But right now it's looking good. I don't see it being a problem. I think I'm going to be good, and I think I'll have everything that I want ready to go, and I'll be able to go with all the planes I want. The MB339, I'm going to bring that. Trying to remember what else I bought. I think I just bought the one plane and the tank. And then I bought parts to fix my I bought extra parts and parts to fix my Viper jet, my Taft Hobby Viper jet. And I bought enough parts that I was missing to put my other Viper jet together and have 2 of them. You know, the other one's just a bare foam airplane. There's nothing in it. So I bought the things I need, some of the things I need to put in it, so I can get a second Viper jet in the air. So we'll see how that works out. That's not stopping me from going to Bigfoot, but I'd like to bring at least one Viper jet with me. So if I get the green, this one, it's actually sitting right here. You can see the wing. It's right here. You can see kind of a checkerboard looking thing on the front here. You can't see there's a winglet here that's green, and it's invisible on the screen, so you don't see the winglet. But it's there. So yeah, my Viper jet's sitting right there. So if I could get that, the only thing that's wrong with this is the landing gear. So I bought new landing gear coming. So if the gear's not the issue, then we'll figure out what it is. But everything else works. It's ready to fly. Other than if I want to fly it with the gear down, I can fly it right now. So got to work on that a little bit. Harry and the Hendersons? Yeah, there you go. Still living with the Hendersons. Yeah, there you go. Joe Habib, what's up? How you doing, guy? Good to see you. So I guess people are bouncing in and out of here. So I don't know what Bobby's talking about, but it's got some of you guys' attention. So. Oh yeah, a couple of F-35s fly over. That's cool. They didn't crash, did they? Nobody bailed out on one of them, did they? Yeah, we're having lots of fun with these F-35s. You know, Jesus. Yeah, Birmingham. Brian, well, people are telling you that. Yeah, Birmingham, Alabama. It's a really nice place. I have no issues with the facility. Great people, great flying place. Tons of fun. Bring RC cars with you, Brian, if you go. They got all kinds of RC car tracks. They got a big oval you can tear around in. They got an off-road track, and they've got 3 or 4 crawler tracks in the back, going through the trees and stuff. So and then there's just wide open land. Last year, next to the runway and down the hill, Tug Hill was playing with that fire team that Horizon sells, that fire team truck, and he was just tearing it up. I mean, he was running the shit out of thing all weekend. I didn't even see him fly. I saw him playing with that truck a lot, but I never saw him fly. I'm not sure he did. So if you bring RC cars, they got all kinds of places to run that shit. So brand new. They just had the surface redone. I guess they made it longer and wider. I believe they made the runway bigger and better. Fixed some issues they had. So it's supposed to be, beautiful now. So. But honestly, it didn't need to be redone, so it can only get better because it was a beautiful runway to start with, And I don't fly off pavement very often, so But yeah, it's beautiful flying place, really nice. Oh, Tug flew a lot. Yeah, I didn't see him flying. I missed his flying, but I saw him running the hell out of his fire team. He was having a great time with that. Every time he stopped by my pits, he was driving his fire team. He'd come down that way because that's where he was running it, down by me. And yeah, he was down there a lot. So yeah, after dark the ramp comes out. Yeah, they were doing that too last year. So doing a lot of ramping. So let's see, what else are we covering? I'm trying to set up the trailer. I put a TV in it. It's about a 54-inch, I think, flat screen. It's on a swivel, so I can swing it out the back of the trailer. Maybe we can watch some movies. That was kind of what I was bringing it for. Oh, is that who makes that new pits? I didn't check it out. I saw Motion put up I think an unboxing or something of some pits, and I didn't go look at it. Yeah, Yeah, Eric. You know, and I might do that eventually with it. I'm not going to do it before Bigfoot, but yeah, I might put that in this plane. So, um, so I got to put a bed in there, dual purpose. It's if you've seen Wesley's trailer or um, Jerry McGee, they've used a similar setup. They've got a bed that I think their racks are adjustable, but they've got like 3 racks that they can, and it's just a platform they can put planes on, and I think they strap them down maybe. So I'm going to put it a bed. I've already got planes hanging from the ceiling now, or 1 plane, but there might be 2 next. I'm going to have a bed, and I could put 3 or 4 airplanes on that, depending on the size of them. Maybe only 2 if they're big ones. And then the same thing under. I'll be able to put 2 or 3, 4 under the bed. So I'll have the potential for like 8 more airplanes on the bed, under the bed. As little as 4. If I put 2 giant ones on the bed and 2 giant under the bed, that's only 4 more planes. But the beauty of that is that I can sleep on the bed when I take the planes out and put them in the tent. If I decide to sleep in the tent or sleep in the trailer, I'll have that option. And we'll be able to watch movies because I put the TV in already. I'm also bringing it. I'm going to put a refrigerator in the trailer. I have a small fridge that I'm not using. It's perfect for the trailer. A microwave, a toaster oven. So I got to get all this stuff mounted in the trailer so it can travel and then be usable when I get there. I'll have probably both generators with me just for whatever I need. They look like the most unstable planes. Yeah, I figured that. That's why I really didn't go look at them, Brian. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. It's either nobody has money to order planes, which might be the problem, or China doesn't have enough workers to build planes. I don't know where the problem lies, but you know, we can't get airplanes here. Nobody, nobody's coming out with anything new, and then if they do, it takes forever to get it here. You know, like everybody's still waiting for their B-25s from Motion. You know, so I really don't know what the problem is. Oh, you think so, Ken? I hadn't heard that. Is any of our stuff coming out of India yet? I haven't noticed anything I bought coming from India, but honestly, I haven't looked. I didn't think of that. That's an interesting thought. I hadn't thought of that. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's the update. Got so I'm going to try to get the Dancing Wing PT-17 built. I'm going to have the 262. I hope to have the Viper fixed and flying. Going to bring my P40, the LX P40. I'm going to probably try to bring my LX B25. Yes, Eric, I'm going to work on that. I want to get that ready to go. I want to bring that to Birmingham also. So that's probably going to be there. Probably going to bring several LX planes because nobody has them. I'll probably bring my Corsair with the folding wings. I'll probably bring that one to Birmingham. JCB, no. Where are they televising that? I'd like to watch that. Are you coming, Eric? Are you coming to Bigfoot? Yeah, Ken. Unfortunately, I don't think that'll happen because it'll cost too much to build the stuff here. And I hate to say that. It hurts me to say that. But the cost of living here has gone up so much that the minimum wage has to keep going up. Okay? So when all that goes up, then the price of these airplanes go up. Well, then the airplanes are not affordable to buy anymore. You know, at least not for me. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. I want to show you guys a video. Kenny Rogers, you're going to love this. And Michael Bear. Hey, Michael Wrights is here. I want to show you guys something. This is really cool. I got to find it. Give me a minute to find it. All right, so I'm going to have to put this up. So hang on a minute. I gotta do a little manipulating here. Oh no, Michael Bear's in the air. That's right. Kenny Rogers, are you still in here? Actually, yeah, that'll work. Okay. All right, so I hope the guy doesn't mind me using his video. This guy did a superb job. This is the coolest. What he did was he took a flight test foam board plane. Hey, Keith Christie, what's up? And he put his own spin on it. He made the wing removable for easy transport, and it's a simple, the way he did it with some popsicle sticks. He used all the regular flight test build techniques. Did a great job. He painted it and then put vinyl on it. The color scheme he used isn't one of my favorites, but the way he did it, I just really love this. This is such a good looking airplane. I want to share it with you guys. So I'm going to put this video up. It's not real long. We're going to watch most of it because it's I'll fast forward through some of it, but I want you to see how he's got the wing removable and what he did, and it's really good. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it or not. I'll play with the audio while it's running to see if I can make sure the audio is working so you can hear it. But I bought the kit. I'll just let you know. I ordered the flight test Corsair kit, and I bought a box of foam board from Flight Test, because the foam board that they have is better than the foam board you can buy at the dollar store, and it's a little more expensive, but you know, we're still talking about a sheet of foam board. You know, I think they're like $2, maybe $2.10 a sheet versus the $1.25 now we're paying for it, unless you go to where's Kenny buying his at? Hobby Lobby, I think he said. Might be cheaper there, but you know, we're only talking about $2, guys, so I'm not worried about it. So I went ahead and bought a whole box of foam board, and the reason I picked this Corsair, I found a set of retracts I'd bought a long time ago that are rotating retracts for a P40 or a Corsair, and they're super lightweight. They're lightweight, no structural strength. They're perfect for. Oh, it's super expensive. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I went ahead, and since I was ordering the kit anyway, I figured I'd go ahead and order a box of foam boards so I could make a bunch of them. You know, not just Corsairs, but other flight test planes. So instead of ordering other kits now, I'll probably just order the plans, or you don't have to order them, just download them off the computer, and make some other airplanes like the big 1450 AT6 Texan. I was going to order the bundle, but now I think I'm just going to build it from foam board. So, all right, so here I'm going to put this up. This is, like I said, guys, this is really impressive. I think you guys are going to really like this. Oh, hang on a minute. I got to do this. Let me back it back up. Hold on. I forgot to switch the camera. So let me back this up. So look at that. Is that beautiful or what? Okay, so he's not, you can't hear him. Hold on, let me see if I can fix that.
Okay, I'm going to start by giving an overview of the plane and kind of let you see what it looks like. I wanted to come up with a removable wing design that was functional and didn't have a bunch of stuff in the way for the batteries and that kind of thing. I found that in the original design that the spar in the wing kind of gets in the way of putting the batteries in and out, and I didn't want that, so I wanted a removable wing. Now what I've come up with is a double locking design that I think is going to work really well. It's still to be proven, but it seems to stand the test. The whole wing assembly is held in place by a hatch that has a row of magnets in the back of it and a catch on the front to lock everything into place. It works similar to a cantilever latch design on a toolbox. The back of the wing is held in by a tab and a bar made out of balsa wood that runs through the wing and holds the back of the wing in place. So the two working together really seems to be very effective in holding the wing in. You can see how this really opens up the fuselage for battery access. I'll improve on this design in the future, but for now, here's a couple of pics to show you how I've done this. I've also sheeted the inside of the wing saddle area with some thin balsa just to strengthen it up a bit. Now here, as I put the wing back in place, you can see how this thing works. The bar locks in under the tab, holding the back of the wing in place, and it's pretty secure. The front of the wing is then held in place by the tab on the front of the cover, which actually locks in with the magnet and holds everything in very securely. We'll see how it goes when it's airborne. But as you'll see here, I'll turn it over and I'll give it a really good shake, and I don't think G-forces or anything are going to pull it out, not with this configuration. So we'll see. Sorry for the blurry video here, guys, but I thought I'd go ahead and use the footage anyway. Here's a closer look at the cover and the 5 magnets and zip tie that I've used there. I thought this might also give you a closer look at the inside and the battery configuration and how I've kind of set it up. And here's a close-up of the inside of the battery compartment for you.
Okay. Yeah, now you can hear me, right? You can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me now. Anyway, okay. So, like I was saying, I think he did such a great job on this. Um, you can hear me now, right, Brian? We're good. Thumbs up. You can hear me. We're working. It's yeah. I turned that off so you didn't get an echo. I wasn't sure. Yeah, thank you. So I just think it's a beautiful airplane. He did a great job. Very engineering quality there. I love the way he's got the popsicle stick cover locking in the wing and the battery hatch all in one. Just ingenious stuff there. I really, really am impressed with the work he did here. This is really good. And so this just, I've been wanting to buy the bundle, the AT6 bundle for a while. And when I found these retracts I'd bought a long time ago that were super lightweight, and they're rotating retracts for a Corsair or a P40, I was like, wow. I got, so I looked it up and I happened to run across this guy's video, and this got me really excited. So I ordered the kit. I'm going to use the kit as a pattern to make my own version of it, and I'm going to build one of these. And I don't know if I'll have this built before Bigfoot. Probably not, because I've got a lot of things on the wall, on the table. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. This was so cool, and I know Ken, I know Kenny Rogers loves this, and he's already said that, and I'm sure. Yeah, I already thought of that, Kenny. I'm going to have to make my own spars. Yeah, there's wood spars in the kit, so I'll have to cut those out as well. Um, and I've got all kinds of saws and stuff. I've got a bandsaw and stuff, so I don't think that's going to be a big issue. Um, and I'm going to have to make, because I'm going to mount retracts, and I got to make my own wood retract mounting to put the retracts in the wing. So I'm already thinking ahead of that. But thank you. That was I'm glad you thought of that. I did too. Um, so anyway, yeah, just really impressed, guys. I thought this was really well made, really beautiful job he did. Just I had to share it with you. This is one of the most impressive videos all around because of the way he re-engineered it so that the wing comes off to make it easier to put a battery in it. And it's the same, pulling the battery hatch off. He just made the battery hatch a little more structural and dual purpose. And I just thought that was a great idea. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. I'm going to show you. He did a little modification to the wing to make it look a little better. I'm going to show you that part of it, and then we're going to skip ahead and we'll watch how he made his canopy, because he's got a clear canopy on this thing instead of the foam board canopy. Yeah, but this guy cured that. You're gonna see that here in a minute, Kenny. This guy figured that part out. Watch what he does here. This is really good. So let me go ahead and get back to the video. I'm going to turn my mic off and we'll get back to the video. And I'm going to fast forward to a couple places. And then when the video's done, we'll talk about it some more. So I'm going to cut my mic off here.
And again, here's And again, here's one last look at how everything locks into place. Now, a couple of the other changes that I've made to the original plan is I've made some changes in the tail section. The vertical stabilizer has a skewer that runs through on the leading edge. I've ran that all the way through the fuselage and actually pierced the bottom and cut it off, so it makes it just a little bit more rigid. Also, the horizontal stabilizer, I've eliminated the double thickness there and replaced that with a skewer that runs through and stiffened that up as well. I've used a 4mm hardwood dowel on the front of the main wing, and that really helps to give it that aerodynamic leading edge. This is a pic of how I kind of mocked up the radiator scoops. You may also notice that I've doubled that front spar in the wing, give it a lot more strength. I decided to use some paper labels to cover that leading edge. One, because they take paint really well, very similar to the poster board, and it really helps to blend that front edge around. Okay, now onto the finishing. Colored tape. Can't do without it. Indispensable in this hobby, especially with flight test planes. It's super tough. It's semi-transparent. If you can't get the right color, stack a couple of colors on top of each other. You'd be surprised at the color combinations you can come up with. It's a bit hard to keep the bubbles out of it when you layer it on top of each other, but with a little practice it looks pretty good. The light gray color that you see is a can of spray paint that I've gotten from the local hardware store. The black is a vinyl that I found, and some of the white is also a vinyl that I found because I didn't need that translucent or semi-transparent finish. I wanted a nice solid color. But be creative. Anything that you see in a picture, you can find a way to do. I've heard the term sorta scale used before, and I kind of like that. I'm not sure exactly what the definition of it is, but I don't worry about all the panel lines and all that stuff. I just put in the major effects that give that plane its character and make that color scheme stand out and look great on a low pass about 4 or 5 meters in front of you. For the decals, I don't have a vinyl cutter, so I usually go through a painstaking process of some experimental printing to find out the exact size of the decal that I want. Then I'll usually tape that over the piece of vinyl or colored tape and cut it out by hand. It takes a bit of creative layering to get the colors right on some of the decals, but it really works. The most time-consuming part of the build for me are always the canopies. It's a little bit of work, but it's so worth it when you're done. I start out by finding a 3-view of the plane online, and then I blow it up to the exact size of the model that I'm going to be making the canopy for. And as I cut out the canopy from the top view and from the side view, it gives me a profile to work with. From that, I end up carving or forming a blank made out of either foam or air hardening clay or plaster of Paris. I've been experimenting with some different things to find out what works best. Make the plug as smooth as possible. After that, it's just a matter of heating some plastic and pulling it down over the plug, either by hand with a heat gun or with a vacuum former if you're lucky enough to have one. I tend to use recycled plastic a lot of blister packs and things like that, that tools and things come in. Really handy stuff. If you're careful with it and you kind of practice a little bit, it works really well for this kind of stuff, and it's really good to recycle that anyway. Okay guys, this is like the 35th time I've tried to do this, so I'm going to try to make the best of it. The Corsair's had its maiden flight now. I'm extremely happy with the double locking wing design that I've come up with. No problems whatsoever with it. It's worked fantastically. I hope you've got some good ideas from what I've posted on the plane, and hopefully that helps some of you guys out a bit. Big thanks to the flight test crew. Man, I've already said it, but we couldn't do what we do on the budget that we have without these guys. I think it's fantastic what they're doing for the community. Have a look at the maiden video. You'll enjoy that. Hopefully, in the near future, we'll see a P38 or a P51. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'll try to do those proud as well. Until then, guys, remember these things look better in the air than in the ground, so keep them flying.
Yeah, that's mine. Okay. All right, guys. So I hope you guys really liked that, because I was so impressed with what this guy did. I really was. I thought that was just really, really creative, good looking, just really cool. Yeah, just it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. In the hobby right now, where it's so hard to get airplanes because nobody seems to want to make any. I'm a builder. I'm ready to start building foam board planes. Just because the challenge. I've used the water bottle before. There was a plane I built for a friend of mine who crashed it, and I made a canopy. The color scheme it needed a green canopy, so I used a 7-Up bottle, and I used the neck of it. So because it already had the curve to it, it worked out perfect. It made the perfect canopy with a green tint, and it just looked so good when I was done with it. It came out really good. So yeah, I think. Hello, Talk Up. How you doing? Welcome to the show. So yeah, anyway, guys, I wanted to share that. I was impressed. I thought that was really cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. I just, like I said, I bought a whole box of foam board and a plane for a pattern. It may not work if I can't find the wood I want to make the spar. I'm thinking a door skin. You can go to Home Depot and buy a door skin, which is laminated plywood, a thin sheet of laminated plywood. I'm going to take a good look at that, see if that will work. And if it doesn't work out, I'm sure I'll be building other foam planes with the foam board, so I'm not too worried about it. And I might even decide whether I can construct it without, without that spar manufactured the way they did it. Anyway, so we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But for now, I've got the plane on the way with the foam board, and we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I was just so impressed with what this guy did. One of my favorite. Not only was the color scheme cool, but I love the way he manufactured the wing so that it was removable, to make it easier to put the battery in it. You just lift the wing off, set it to the side, change your battery, plug it back in, and then just put the wing back on. It literally takes seconds. And I thought, to not have a hatch, that ugly looking hatch door on the front of the plane, like most of them. You know, I got to give FMS credit for that one. They hid the hatch on their Corsair, the new one, with a button release so well. I couldn't remember how to open the hatch. I hadn't flown it in a while because the landing gear mount, the plastic mount that was glued in the wing, came unglued. And it didn't hurt the plane any, but I had to re-glue it. And I forgot about it, and I put it in the rack. I was flying other stuff. And then I got it out of the rack to fix it, and I fixed it. And then I wanted to put a battery in it, and I couldn't remember how to open the hatch. And it was hidden so well, I could not figure it out. I had to watch my own video to figure out how to open the hatch. I couldn't remember I couldn't remember for the life of me how the damn hatch opened. And I'm looking right at it, and I'm like, I know it opens here, but I don't know how. It's like, where was the catch? Where is it? Just magnetic? And I'm pulling on the canopy, and I couldn't figure it out. I just turned my video on and watched it, and then I saw how it worked. And oh yeah, now I remember. So I thought that was funny. Anyway, so all right. So what else you guys want to talk about? I shared enough of what's going on in my hobby career here. Got a lot of fun stuff coming, and yeah. Well, I don't see it as challenging as much as just time consuming. As it takes me 5 hours to balance a propeller. I'm not in a hurry, so rolling down the side of the board, and taking the time to just, which is all it is. It's just time consuming to sit there and manipulate the paper to get it where you want it. And if you're not in a hurry, the challenge is just, taking the time to do it, So I'm not concerned about that. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to building some master build stuff, because I don't see it being, I see it being time consuming for sure. But all the tricks, I love what he did on the leading edge of the wing. I thought that was a great idea to make, to give you that aerodynamic, not just for looks, but it's going to fly better. Philip, what's up? Good to see you, man. My partner in crime with Hobby King Spitfires. So I'm just really, getting a little fired up. His video and everything just kind of fired me up to the Bob Ross of prop balancing. So anyway, that was pretty cool. So anyway, so you guys all know what's going on. Anybody else? I'm surprised RC Cat's not in here tonight. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch his videos, but I suspect there might be an issue there. Maybe he downloaded those videos from somebody else's channel because they're not there anymore. Jeff tried to show them tonight, and they're gone. They're not on his channel anymore. I'm like, okay, it's going to compliment him. He's a damn good pilot, but his videos are off his channel now, so I don't know what happened. Maybe YouTube took them down because they weren't his videos. I'm just speculating. I don't know. Total speculation, but I just couldn't figure out why the videos were gone. But anyway, he did spend. I don't think it needed that many magnets. I think he overkilled the magnet idea there big time. But I think probably 3 at the most would have been plenty to hold that hatch securely. But I think he had like 5 or more. I don't know. It's a shitload of magnets. I think 1 probably would have been enough, but at least 2 in the corners would be more than enough. And then if you wanted to put 1 in each corner and 1 in the middle, that's overkill. He went way over the top with the magnets, but still an awesome just an awesome job. I just really enjoyed that whole. The video was well done. He talked about what he did, how he did it. Um, and I thought the end result was pretty damn nice. Um, and I had never been a fan of Corsairs in that scheme, but I got to say on his plane it really worked. That really really looked good. Um, I'm just leaving him a message and a like. So what else is going on in you guys? Anything new and exciting you want to talk about? Roach Coach, what's up? How you doing, man? So Roach, I got some good news for you. Are you ready? You better go. You better sit down for this. I need you need to sit down. I'm gonna give you some news you're really gonna want to hear. So grab yourself a chair, get comfortable. I don't want you falling down. Oh, Tim, thank you, man. Straight from the mustache man. Thank you, buddy. I enjoyed your simulcast there with Jeff. That was fun. And thank you for the giveaway. That was awesome. Thank you. I appreciate people that give back. That's awesome. So Slap Nuts, what's up? You just missed all the fun. You wouldn't be interested anyway. You don't build foam board airplanes. So you came in just the right time. So I'm waiting for Roach to tell me he's sitting down. It's like he's not hearing me. Yeah, Alberto, you can fly there. You're gonna. I know the power lines seem high enough that they're not going to be a problem. That's what I thought, but because I live right on power lines too. But I hit them, with one of my planes. So you're going to have to really. What's the word I'm looking for? You're going to have to really watch yourself to make sure you stay low. Don't even attempt to go high at all. Just stay low. Just focus on staying low, and yeah, you'll be fine. I didn't have any problems. with radio signal or anything. I went over some trees and then realized I was too high to go under the power lines. So I was diving down to get under the power lines, and I hit the bottom line with the wing on the way by. And I was like, damn it. So you're sitting down. Okay, so Roach, I just put in a giant order at RC Castle, and I ordered canopies for the Viper jet, and I ordered you one. So I'm going to be sending that to you. Once it gets here, I'll send it out to you. So you got a new canopy coming for your Viper jet. So just wanted to let you know that. Got a website you might look at for parts. Okay, let me go ahead and open that in another window. Park Flyer Plastics. Oh yeah? Well, that's interesting. Let's take a good look at that. Listen, you're welcome, buddy. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I kept trying to put an order together, and I finally pulled the trigger and did it. The shipping was ridiculous, but I needed some stuff, and I decided since I was there, I was going to go ahead and buy a fan. I pretty much bought everything I need to put my bare foam Viper together, so I'd have two of them. So I ordered a fan and stuff. I already had some other things that they'd sent me with my other cabossel. So I think I have anything I don't have to finish the jet, I can get locally. I won't have to go to RC Castle for. I bought the plane, the specific stuff for that plane at RC Castle. And the rest of it I'll get locally if there's anything else. I think I need an ESC. I've got those. So anyway, but I ordered 3 extra canopies. So 1 for you, 2 for me. Plus I have the ones, this one's fine except that the inside's all gaitered, So I wanted to get a better one. So I went ahead and ordered a new one for this plane. The other one's brand new, it's never been used, and I got 2 extras now, and I'm going to ship you one. So yeah, it was pretty pricey. I spent, it was $500, between the shipping and what I bought. So I made it worth my while. I ordered everything I could think of because I didn't want to have to do it again because of the shipping. So yeah, no problem, Roach. Michael, you've done so much for me. I can't even begin to thank you. So this is just, a small thank you back for everything you've done for me. So you're very welcome. All right, guys. So what else is going on? So a slow fly, easy to fly RC plane for beginners on a budget. Alberto, do you have a radio and batteries and chargers? Do you have all that stuff, or are you starting from scratch? You've got nothing. No, Roach, I haven't seen your Minion video. I'll have to go watch that one. I didn't see that one. Totally new beginner. Okay. I suggest, because it's just economical. There's a lot of ways you could do this, but the Mini Apprentice is less than $300. And it comes with everything, including a battery charger, although it's a slow charger. It's going to take a while, but literally everything you need is in the box for $269, $279, something like that. It's a good flying airplane. It's a beginner plane. It comes with a transmitter. It's a cheap version of a Spectrum radio that's got safe. It's all pre-set up. You just take it out of the box. You know, and I wouldn't suggest you go try to fly it on your own. Get somebody to help you, because you're just going to end up taking the thing home in a crate, you know, a basket. All right, you know, so make sure you get somebody to help you. But that'll get your feet wet. It's a good flying airplane. It's inexpensive. Um, it comes with everything you need. You might have to put some AA batteries in the transmitter, but everything else is there. And learn to fly it, and that's a great place to start. Um, and I think that's the cheapest way to start. I don't know if there's anything ready to fly that comes with everything, including a charger. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is buy a better charger, because you're going to want to charge it quicker than the charger that comes with it. So you're going to need a quicker charger. So, but we'll cross that bridge, you know, later. But you know, that's where I would start, and I pretty much recommend that for everybody that wants to get in the hobby, is just get the ready to fly version of the Mini Apprentice, and you should do well with that. Yes, yeah. Michael would say go by Harbor Freight and get their deal. Yeah. Yeah, a full-size Apprentice is great also, but it's a little more expensive. But same thing, an awesome beginner airplane to start off. If you're green, you don't have nothing, you know. Yep, absolutely. If you want to spend a couple extra bucks and don't mind for a little bigger airplane, I would definitely say the full-size Apprentice is also an awesome choice. Where can you buy a Fly Zone Carbon Cub? Fly Zone's out of business. Is somebody still selling that thing? You know, Fly Zone went away when Horizon bought Bitco. Or not Bitco, somebody co. You know, because that was part of the Fly Zone was part of their package, and they did, because I love Fly Zone airplanes. I wish I could still get some. But yeah, they're gone. So I don't know if you could still get that plane. Yeah, the Aero's Bigfoot ready to fly. How much is that thing? I forget. And does it come with a battery charger for the battery? What radio does that come with? What brand radio? Do you know? It's a good choice. I mean, if you know, I'm not familiar with the ready to fly version of the Bigfoot. It's a great airplane. I'm just not familiar with the radio, the battery, the charger, everything that comes with. Does the Aero Scout come with a battery and a charger? Boss, you out of here? All right, buddy. Have a good night, man. Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, good thing. It's a good thing you were standing there, Michael. Yeah, reverse ailerons. Yeah, yeah. I had a guy do that too, and he got it so far away he could barely see it before he yelled for help. And I ran over. I said, "What's wrong?" He says, "The ailerons are backwards. I can't fly this thing." I said, "Give me that." I I flew it back with the rudder. I didn't use the ailerons, and I got it back for him, landed it, and I said, "Okay," and he just laughed. He says, "Thank God." He says, "I can't thank you enough. I thought that plane was gone forever." Horizon Hobby doesn't list the mini apprentice anymore. Okay, well then get the full size apprentice. I thought they still had that. Yeah, I agree, Kenny. I don't know what the remote ID thing is gonna do to the ready to fly stuff. I think it's gonna really put the kibosh to that. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they get around that. No, they still Horizon Hobby still shows the mini apprentice. It's there, still available. 259, ready to fly. And in stock, it says. So for 259, you get everything you need to go flying. So you're looking for something on a budget. There you go. The Yeah, the cheapest. There's a mini Aero Scout ready to fly for $119. The regular Aero Scout is $199, so it's more expensive than the Apprentice. Personally, I like the mini better. It's a tail dragger. Guys, I just don't really care for the way the Aero Scout flies. I know you guys think it's great, but I think the wing loading's too heavy on it. I only flew one. Maybe David had too big a battery in it, but you got to keep the motor on that one, or it just falls out of the sky. It seemed to be. It flew very heavy. Now maybe David. I was flying David yourself's plane, so maybe he had too big a battery in it. I don't know. I didn't see what he had in it. Maybe that's why it flew so bad. You know, but yeah, the Aero Scout's more money. So yeah, the Apprentice flies very nice. It's a good flyer. It's a good trainer. It's lightweight and it's a light wing loading. That's why I recommend that one. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Aero Scout. I know you guys like it, but I'm not going to recommend it because I think there's better choices. I think the Apprentice is a better choice. You know, for someone that's looking for a budget plane that's everything. He has nothing, starting from fresh. You know, I think the Mini Apprentice is definitely still the best beginner package. That you get everything you need in the box. Yeah, exactly, Fred. You know, they're going to pass the cost on to the customer, and then how many people is that going to drive away from the hobby? You know, I mean, especially if they have to charge $100, which I'm sure they won't, but probably $50, and that drives. So that just put the Mini Apprentice over $200, or over $300. What did I say it was? $259, $159. Hang on, let me go back. Oh, I forgot. Forgot already. You know, it's CRS. You know, it's setting in already. Yeah, $259. So that'll put it over $300. You know, I think that extra $50 might be enough to, you know, kill it. You sold your drift car to buy an air rifle? All right. I'm sorry. You know, Mike, I'm sorry. We're going to have to kick you out. It's just. I'm going to have to take your wrench away. You know, we're out of here. Yeah, trading out RC stuff for an air rifle. Just kidding. But yeah, you know, I get it. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of easy fly planes, guys. There's you know, there's no doubt there's a lot of choices out there. But I still think dollar for dollar, bang for the buck, cheapest way to get in the hobby and go home with an airplane every night is you know, and you get everything you need in the box, including a battery charger, although it's not a quick charger, but you know, it you know, more than likely if you're at the flying field and someone's helping you, you can use their charger to charge your battery. So, because that's what happened in my field. This guy brought this thing out, and he didn't have anything, and he didn't even have the right batteries. So I loaned him batteries for the day, charged them all up for him, and we were flying pretty regularly. You know, gave me time to fly once in between, and we flew, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, I think. The place he bought the plane sold him the wrong battery, and it was too small. It wouldn't, the plane wouldn't CG with the battery in it all the way to the nose. I couldn't get the plane to CG, so I had to put a 2200 in it. And so I told him to take it back, tell him to take, give this battery back. He says it's the wrong battery. The plane won't fly with that battery. It won't CG. And but anyway, we flew all day. He took a plane home in absolutely perfect, brand new condition. We didn't damage it at all. And now the downside of that is I haven't seen him back. And the reason I probably haven't seen him back is even though I told him, now look, I know you're going to go home with a lot of confidence that you did well today, because you did. But if you try to fly this without me, you're going to crash it. So don't, make sure you have somebody with you. Okay? Don't think that you've got this nailed, because, and I even turned the safe off in the middle of a flight once to show him that he doesn't have it. And but I suspect he probably tried it on his own and crashed it, and he's too embarrassed to come back out to the field. So, and there's nothing I can do about that. All I can do is work with him while I have him in front. And I said, I'll be here next Sunday. Bring it back out. We'll do it again. Well, that was 3 Sundays ago, so I've been out there both Sundays, and he ain't been there. So, I don't know what, Payback. Well, Kenny, that's not totally, if you flip it upside down, you can break a prop. And the way some of these people land and do a cartwheel and end up upside down, yeah, you could break a prop. So, but you're right, it's less likely for sure, not because it's got a nose gear, but because it's a pusher. The prop's above the tail in the back, so it's well protected, but it's still possible. But yeah, you're right, unlikely. But the apprentice has a nose gear, and you have to mess up pretty bad to break the prop. I mean, it's got to be a really ridiculously hard landing on the nose gear. And honestly, if you just put the radio on the ground and let it land itself, you won't break a prop. I mean, you really have to screw up pretty bad to break a prop with the apprentice, because you could just put the radio on the ground, shut the throttle off, and it'll land itself good enough to not break the prop. It won't be a stellar landing, but it'll bounce off the nose gear and save the prop, and you'll be fine. So. You had to get a license to get an air rifle? Are you serious? I don't think we've gotten that bad yet. I don't think we have, anyway. Yeah. All right. Have I missed any questions that I missed while I was either talking or fiddling around, or are we all caught up? Everybody's caught up here. Well, you know what, Phil? When you have somebody that stubborn, and I've had them on the show before, just let them do it. You know, you've already told them it ain't going to work. Let them find out the hard way. I know it sucks, but you're just never going to convince him. He's going to have to learn the hard way. So just let him buy his air hog, or his warthog, and go out and try to fly it. And when he turns it into a pile of crap, and then you'll, okay, now do you want to do it the right way, or, you know, what do you want to do? Because I get guys in here all the time. I don't want to do anything but jets. I want to fly jets. Well, you can't start with a jet. Well, I'm not going to do prop plane. I want to start with a jet. Okay. And I know the Habu's a jet. And I know Ryan had a guy fly it, but I don't think that's the norm. I think that was a rarity that worked. Well, Mike, you can only shoot one at a time. I'm surprised they're limiting to 3 rifles with the license. I mean, you should be allowed to have as many as you want. You can only shoot one at a time. So, anyway, that seems kind of odd. Oh, of course he's probably going to crash at the first flight, Phil. I mean, you and I know we've been doing it. You know, we understand what it takes to fly these things. Is he a real pilot by any chance? Because they're the worst. Yep, stubborn. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I've been around this block many times with these guys. It's usually the real pilots that think this is easy as shit. So I have to explain to them why it's not. You know, the first, I tell them there's 3 things that you need to know before we even start. I said the first thing is your butt's not in the seat. You're not getting any feedback. You have no sensation of speed or stall or anything. You're getting no feedback whatsoever because your butt's not in the seat. That's number 1. Number 2, it's like flying, I know you've been under the hood, so you can't look out the windows. You can only look at the instrument. What if it was the reverse? What if you had no instruments at all, and all you could do was look out the window? How would it be to fly it that way? And how much trouble do you think you'd get in not knowing what your airspeed is when you're on, approach to land? And that really lights them up. And then I said, number 3, and this is the big one, when the plane's coming at you and you're on the ground here, the controls are backwards. So now think about that. You can't tell, you got no feedback in your butt because you're not in the seat. You have no instruments to tell you what's going on at all. And the controls are backwards when it's coming at you. So now do you think you can fly this? And they're like, oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah, trust me, it's not as easy as you think it is. So that usually wakes them up. And every time I've had that conversation with a real pilot, trying to teach them to fly a model, that usually that usually knocks the chip off their shoulder that maybe this isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. So, but yeah, if a guy's that stubborn, let's just let him crash it. I wouldn't even take it up for him. I say, you've got the answers, dude. You think this is, do it. It's all yours. Go for it. And when he piles it into the ground, okay, now you want to do it my way or you want to keep doing it your way? Yep. Yeah, 2-minute flight's about all it takes, and that ends that story real quick. Yeah. So Eric, what are you going to do with this guy? You're gonna ask for your money back, or are you going to keep waiting? I think if you file a claim, don't escalate it, but file a claim with PayPal, so PayPal notifies him that he needs to either ship it or give you your money back. That might light a fire under his butt to ship it, because I know you really want that airplane. But I think that's what it's going to take to get this guy to move on it, because he just has no concept of, how much he's putting you out, making you wait for something you've already paid for. And even though he doesn't have the money, they've already took your money. So, and that he just has no concept of this. He just thinks that, whatever. I didn't get paid, so I'll whenever I get around to it. But he doesn't realize that money already left your account and PayPal has it. So, I don't know I really don't know what this guy's doing. He just doesn't seem to have any grasp of reality of, honoring his word, which is, he's going to send these airplanes out, because he didn't honor his word at all with me. We never got, I never even got a chance to send him the money. He kept telling me he was going to put it, the auction up with the deal I made with him, and he never did it. We never even got that far. And he hasn't contacted me, by the way, either. So I don't know, you told him to contact me. He has not. So, yeah, I don't know what this guy's deal is. I really don't. I don't believe it's a scam. I don't want to believe it's a scam. He seems like a legit guy. I mean, I just think he's an idiot. I just don't think he understands. Oh, excuse me. How bad that he's screwing this up. Does he expect you to give him positive feedback? If he does send you the airplane, 3 months later, and I mean, what kind of feedback does he think he's going to get? So, because you were a Marine, that makes it harder for you to get a gun license? Is that right? Well, that's great. Way to thank our, our soldiers that served. Yeah. Oh no, you're a risk. You used to handle real guns. Yeah. I don't think we want to give you an air rifle. You're a big risk. Yeah, Mike, you should come on over. Now, I have a good friend that moved over here from there. He came to America. He bought a business. So he got a permanent visa immediately because he bought a business and came over here. So it's something to think about. If you're working about a temporary visa and all that, just buy a business. Anything, a lawn service. Just buy a business and you'll get a permanent visa. to come over here. Yeah, that's true too. You can come in through the Mexican border and get all kinds of free. You get a free cell phone, free health coverage, all kinds of free stuff. Credit cards. Yeah, you're gonna get all kinds of free shit. Just come in as pretend you're Mexican. Yeah, buy a gun store. There you go. That's perfect. Yeah, Mike, come over here. Buy a gun store. Come on over. Okay, so you're staying. I understand that one. Okay, so you're hanging on. You can't bring your mom with you over here? Oh, she won't leave her sister. Oh, so you got an aunt and okay. All right. Well, I understand, Mike. Hang in there. Yeah, I know. You told me he broke his hip. I remember that. You know, but that was a week ago. He told you he was going to send it out Monday or Tuesday. Last week. Here we are Thursday, and nothing yet. So I don't know. Up to you. I mean, I just gave up on the guy. I'm tired of having a text conversation with him that's going nowhere. He keeps making promises. He doesn't keep any of them. I picked the plane, and then he changed his mind and said he can't sell it. So, I wanted the C-17. And he said, "Oh no, I decided I'm going to keep that one." Well, okay. So I don't know if he just doesn't want to sell any of them. Maybe he's just having seller's remorse. That he's decided he just doesn't want to sell any of them. I don't know what his deal is. I really don't. We text back and forth for 2 weeks, every day for 2 weeks, and got nowhere. So I finally just quit. He knows how to get a hold of me. If he wants to sell me an airplane, he'll get a hold of me. Otherwise, I'm moving on. That's cool, Mike. Yeah, I had my mom living with me at the end. She moved in with me, and so I know all about taking care of mom. So she finished her days with me. So what else you guys want to talk about? You guys got any more questions about the planes I bought or the things that are going on or any of that? We all caught up? Hey, I've done that, Brian. I would. I'm not ashamed to lick the bowl. All right, so I'll tell you another interesting story. So growing up in my house, my dad was in Korea, and when he was in Korea War, the kids over there were all starving to death, and that it really affected my dad. And all this time, I thought it was my mom that was the one that you're going to eat everything on your plate kind of thing, Um, it's a salad. It was a salad with rotisserie chicken in it. So eating healthy. I've lost 34 pounds so far. So it's working. So I'm going to keep going. I got at least another 34 to go. But yeah, I lost 34 pounds. So I'm going to stay on track. So all this time I thought it was my mom that had made us, finish our food and everything, and it was really my dad, because one day I forget where we were, but he made the comment about, don't waste food or whatever, and yeah. So yeah, we were brought up that we don't waste food ever, and I can't break that habit. It's just, I don't waste food. If there's food edible, I'm going to eat it. Now that's not what caused me to gain all the weight. It's not how much you eat, it's what you eat. If you're eating the right foods, you can eat all you want and you don't gain weight. I've been eating like crazy, but all I've been eating is steak and eggs. Lunch meat, cooking steaks every night. Had a steak tonight, and the salad. Salad with chicken. No carbs. I'm eating 0 carbs. I'm eating as much as I want, 0 carbs, and I'm losing weight like crazy. So yeah, Bill's right, and that's another thing. It costs way too much to waste. See, I'm a frugal guy. And you guys know that because you guys make the jokes about, it's got to be on sale, and if I buy 3, I get free shipping. There's a lot of truth to that, way more than you guys know, and that's why. Because I value money so much that I have to make my money go as far as I can. It's important to me, so I don't waste money on things. I try to really conserve and watch what I buy and how I buy it, and I definitely wait till things go on sale when I can. So. All right, for it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I love it when people give me those comments. I love hearing that feedback. It really means a lot to me. It really does. Thank you. That's why I'm here. So thanks a lot for that. I appreciate that. No, no word on the T-28 yet, Eric. I know through Jeff, because he's been talking to Thomas, um, that they had some build problems that Thomas wasn't happy with. So he nixed the kit and told him, nope, you got to fix this stuff. I'm not sending these out like this. So Thomas is on top of it. He wants to make sure that we get a really good quality uh, product from him. So he's all over it. So, and he told Jeff that he would rather make us wait a little longer to get a kit that's right than to send them to us wrong and then have to fix them. He didn't want to have to do that. He wanted it right when we got it. So it's taking a little longer. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not the least bit upset that it's late. Not worried about it. Yeah, it really is. You guys have no idea. There's no way I'm going to take a plate of food, and I don't care how bad it tastes. You know, I'm not going to throw it away. You know, I'm going to eat it. It's just I can't throw it away. So, unless it's actually rotted, I'm going to eat it. Because to me, food. Listen, I'm a gourmet chef. I went to chef class. I can cook. Boy, could I cook. But so I appreciate good food, but I also don't care. I'll eat anything. I really don't give a crap. But I love to cook for others. That's one of the things that I really loved about Barbara. She loved my cooking, and I really enjoyed cooking for her. So that was one of the things about our relationship that I enjoyed about it was cooking for her and how much she really loved it. Because I all these fancy restaurants that she just bragged about and wanted to take me to, and she took me to all of them. And at the end, the last restaurant we were in that she thought, I was going to be impressed with, and she wasn't impressed. It was a fish place, and after she had had my salmon, and then we went there and she ordered all of her favorite stuff, and I ordered, and we were eating, and I could see the disappointment in her face before she even said anything. And then she just looked at me and said, "So what do you think?" And I just looked at her. I said, "Well, it's edible." She says, "Yeah, but it's not that good, is it?" Well, it's not as good as mine. And she said, "Oh my God, it's not even close." She said. So and I ruined her for going out to dinner because no place we've been was anywhere near as good as the food I cook. So that meant a lot to me. I was very happy that I made her happy cooking for her. So, that's one about the only things to like about her. But it meant something to me that that she really enjoyed my cooking. So, but yeah, I don't care what I eat. I don't give a crap. I'll eat anything, anywhere. Don't challenge me with money to eat dog food because I'll do it. If you put enough money on the table, I'll eat the dog food. I'm dead serious. Don't put your money up if you're not going to pay, because I'll eat it. I'll eat anything. I don't care. Right there you go, Philip. Yeah. So we were poor. My dad worked. My mom worked. Again, my dad was very frugal with the money. He bought us a house, a brand new house, because that was important to him. Not that we had to have the prestige of a brand new house. He wanted something that he wasn't going to have to work on and have to fix up. It was going to be a nice, solid home to raise me and my brother in. That's what he was thinking. So, didn't have brand new cars. My dad was a mechanic, amateur mechanic, but he was good. He knew how to fix a car. So he bought fixer-uppers, used cars, and kept them running. And they always ran. We never had car problems. But they were older cars. So we had a brand new house, older cars. I remember our first TV. It was a black and white TV. TVs weren't around very much yet. Pretty new. And then finally we ended up with a color TV. So the black and white TV got relegated to the basement. And that was where, if we wanted to watch something different than whatever the hell he was watching, we had to go to the basement and watch it. But, you know, I never had a pair of Levi jeans all through high school. My mom worked at JCPenney's, and we bought JCPenney jeans, and they weren't made of denim. They looked like denim, but they weren't denim. So they never faded. They were that dark blue they never faded. I don't know what the hell they were made out of. But they looked like denim, but they weren't denim. And they were cheap, and that's what we wore. So I had, you know, fake denim jeans, you know, that kind of stuff. Until she packed us lunches until my parents, when I was 13, my parents divorced. And then I got a food, because my mom was single family income. I qualified for a meal at school. So then I started getting free meals at school. Same thing. We don't waste any of that either. Yeah, so it's you know, that's kind of why I'm a hoarder, because everything that's in this place I had to work for. I didn't get any freebies. You know, I had to work for everything I have. So I have a hard time letting go of it, you know. It's you know, I'm not talking about empty boxes and shit like Barbara keeps, but even a toy that I don't play with anymore still has sentimental value to me, that I want to keep it, you know. So that was the first car in your house, was yours? Yeah. I paid $500 for a 1970 Ford Maverick. That was my first car. And it was all rusted out, but it looked good. I mean, the outer fenders looked great. There were no inner fenders. They had all rusted away. So in the wintertime, all the snow ended up in the trunk. The floorboards in the back seat were gone, but nobody sat in the back seat. So that was no big deal. It just looked like a nice car, but it ran good. That was the important part. But it was a piece of crap. But I only paid $500 for it. So you know, and that got me through high school. And after I got a real job, I went and bought my first brand new car. I think I was 19. Yeah, I was 19, because it was I bought a brand new Camaro in 1979. My mom had to co-sign for it. She didn't want to do it, but my brother talked her into it. You know, after she told me no, I went upstairs crying, and then she asked my brother, "What do you think?" "He's got a job, Mom. He's working hard. You know, I think he can afford it. I think you should sign for it." And it was on sale. I got a great deal on it. The sticker on that car was $8,100 in 1979, and I had it on sale for $6,500. I thought that was a great deal, so I bought it. I forget what my car payments were, like $139 a month, I think, something like that. So I went from a 70 Maverick to a 70 Chevy Impala. That was a company car my dad brought home. Got that dirt cheap. I think he drove it. Then my mom drove it when they got divorced, and then I bought it from my mom because she bought something else. And I think I paid $500 for that too. So I moved from the Maverick to the Impala, and then I bought my brand new Camaro. Oh yeah, Kenny Rogers and I were making jokes about that the other night in the Zoom about dumpster diving. You know, he goes to events all the time, and if you know, people throw away crashed Horizon planes with the receiver and the servo still in it, And so he jumps in there and grabs it because he can use it all. And I do the same thing. I at the Imperial event, at the E-Jet event there, somebody two airplanes were in the dumpster. A Bayhawk, an FMS Bayhawk, and a Havoc. The Bayhawk was stripped. They took everything out of it. But the foam wing was perfect. There's nothing wrong with the wing. The tail surfaces are perfect. It needs a fuselage. So I grabbed that. The real find was the Havoc. The Havoc was in really good shape. There was some compressions on the wing, but not bad. But everything was in it. The retracts, the servos, everything. The tail surfaces, same thing. The servos were still in it. So I got everything I needed but a fuselage. So I paid $100 and some bucks for a fuselage and a canopy, and I have a full Havoc. You know, I had a fan unit here I could put in it. They did. The fan wasn't in the garbage. He must have kept that. But I had an extra fan unit here from the T-33 that I crashed. So I put that in it with the ESC. So all I had to buy was a nose gear, and I just got that. So I'm ready to put that plane together. So I'll probably be bringing that to Bigfoot because I just have to install the nose gear. The servos, all the servos are in it now. Actually, the gear's in it, but I have to hook the steering linkage up, and I just stopped. You know, and this is actually the nose gear right here, but I think this is the bad one. I've got 3 of these, and I don't know if any of them work, but I bought a brand new one. This might be the brand new one. I can't remember if I left it in the Havoc or not, but this is the, you know. So I have 3 of these laying here. If there's one in the plane, there's 4. I thought I left it in the plane, but I just have to hook up the steering linkage. The steering servo's in it. I just got to hook up the linkage up, and I'm gonna have to make a linkage. You know, I don't have it, and that's not a big deal. Who's trying to get you to eat bugs, Roach? What are you talking about? Are you going to try to get the Honda, Wild Bill? Yeah, I understood what you meant, Brian. I knew you weren't eating out of the landfill. Yeah, isn't it sad that people have to, you know, like it's our fault that we're poor, you know, kids, but the bullies want to pick on us because we're poor. You know, I got razzed all the time because of my jeans, because they knew they weren't real jeans. Um, you know, damn government. No, I don't watch the news, Michael. I refuse to watch the news. There's nothing good on the news. They don't report good stuff. They only report the bad stuff. And I don't want to watch the bad stuff. I'm living it. I don't need to watch somebody else's bad stuff. So no, I don't watch the news ever. You know, no part of the news. I don't even watch the weather report because it's always wrong anyway. So yeah, no, I don't watch the news ever. I barely watch television anymore. My life is on YouTube, you know, not just, you know, making videos, but watching them. Way more entertaining than television. Oh, I can't believe it. Isn't that sad? Rather than sell them cheap or give them away, they would rather destroy them. That's just, I just can't understand that. I really can't. I mean, take them to the schools, you know, and kids that want to learn to play guitar, let them have it, you know. It would mean so much to them. God, but they'd rather destroy them. That just doesn't make sense. Um, I don't know how well that's going to take off, guys. I mean, I don't know who's going to turn down a steak to eat crickets. You know, I don't see that happening. Really? God, I don't even notice commercials on Pluto TV. Really? There's commercials? God, I can't. I don't know. If there are, I don't think they're any worse than, you know, TV on an antenna. I've got an antenna on my roof. You know, if I want to watch regular television, I watch regular television on my tuner because I've got an antenna. But I watch a lot of Pluto TV also. And they got a Star Trek channel 24/7. You know, I'm done. That's good enough for me. I mean, there's a lot of good shit to watch on there, but you know, I seem to just keep watching just the Star Trek shit for some reason. No. Oh, I heard you, Michael. I just, I don't watch the news, so I've never heard that till you said it, and then Ken confirmed it that yeah, they're actually farming bugs for human consumption. That's news to me. I won't be eating bugs anytime soon. I can tell you that. You know, I'll just buy my steaks. All right, Michael. Hey, have a good night, man. I'm glad you were here. Good to see you. You know, take care, buddy. We'll see you. We'll see you Sunday, if not before. All right. Yeah, I kind of doubt that because they're going to have to cut off the farmers, you know, the ranchers that are raising cattle, which is, you know, where I fly. The flying field I fly at, the man that owns that property raises cattle. You know, that's his livelihood. Um, you know, it pays the property taxes every year to sell off the calves. So, um, you know, if they put the kibosh to eating beef, nobody's going to be buying his calves, and then that's going to hurt him and all the other ranchers. So, Yeah, I can believe that. I mean, it says it on the label, contains byproducts. Well, what do you think byproducts are? I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I completely figure that's going on. Um, so yeah, I don't need to know. You know, I don't eat any junk food right now anyway. That's how I lost 34 pounds. I'm not eating any junk food. Nothing with sugar. Nothing with carbs. No sugar. No carbs. No junk food. The only thing I eat junk food is uh, pork rinds. I don't know if you knew this or not. It has zero carbs. It's a crunchy potato chip like product that has no carbs. So I've been eating those, snacking on those when have the urge. Um, so but yeah, zero carbs. So yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know how far that bug thing is going to go. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how far it goes. I don't know if it's pig skin or not, Michael. It's a real fluffy, airy. I'm assuming a pig product of some kind. It's fried, but there's very little calories in it, and there's no carbohydrates. Calorie counting is not the way to lose weight. It's staying away from the sugars and the sugar and the starches, the carbs. That's what converts to fat. Protein doesn't convert to fat. So I've done this diet before, many years ago. I was eating like a pig, all the meat I could eat, and losing weight like crazy. I dropped 30 pounds. So I've already dropped 30 pounds, 34 pounds. I got a little ways to go yet. I'd like to drop another 34 pounds, but we'll see. But yeah, it's I ate like a fiend the last time I did this and lost weight. And I wasn't as far overweight as I am now. This is the worst I've ever been in my life. But we're getting back down to something reasonable anyway. So glad you have a yard full of quail. Yeah, Philip, what do you think? What do you mean when you say Beyond Meat stuff? What are you referring to? Like spam, or what products are you're referring to? Because I'm not quite clear. Hey, it probably tastes like chicken, Bill, right? Better than Dove. That's funny. Wrapped in bacon. Well, anything's good wrapped in bacon. Maybe you could probably put dog shit in bacon and eat it. I mean, it's pretty hard to not eat. Not have anything good in bacon. So yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so yeah, you're talking about the the plant-based hamburgers and sausage. I gotcha. Um, I was eating a turkey product that wasn't too bad, and it was basically that. I can't remember what it was called now. Um, I basically go whatever's on BOGO is what I buy. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what kind of meat it is. If it's a BOGO, I don't care. I'll buy it. I'll cook it. I'll eat it. Vegan burgers, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, that's you say that that's exactly where CA glue came from. Also, over in Korea and Vietnam, they were gluing soldiers back together to save their lives because they couldn't sew them together in the field, while they're being shot at. That's where CA was developed for that. You ever wonder why it sticks your fingers together so well? Because it was designed for human skin. That's what it was designed for. That's why CA works so good. Yeah. Yeah, well, Eric, there'll still be people. Yeah, $20 is $20, right? Those kids over there look a little plump. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have one of those for dinner. Picked up that S. Picked up that. What does that mean, JCB? Picked up that S. Oh, picked up that dollar? Is that a dollar? No, that's an S. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that thing. It's for as cheap as it is to be able to charge at 8 amps. Um, damn, where can you get a charger that'll charge a 6S battery at 8 amps for $30? And it's a checker, it's a charger, it's a balancer, it's a discharger. It's a pretty useful little gadget for $30. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I bought two of them. Well, I bought a third one for Mike. I got to take that to the field this weekend. Make sure he gets it. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good deal. That's why I grabbed it. I thought, hey, this is not bad. It's kind of slow on the discharge, but at least I'm not tying up a charger, while I'm discharging. I can discharge a battery. Say I need to. I've got a 4S battery and I don't have any, my 4S plane broke a prop, landing gear failed, whatever, can't fly the 4S plane. So I'll charge up a 6S battery. Well, I don't have to take up a slot on my charger to charge a battery to discharge a battery. I'll put the discharger over there with that battery and let it just do its thing, and I'll charge up a 6-cell and go fly that. So, yeah, it's going to be very useful. I know I'm going to use it a bunch. So I thought it was a great deal, for $30. I mean, and it's a good name. It's not some piece of garbage from Banggood or AliExpress. It's this company is a good company. So I like, damn, I'm gonna buy these. So yeah, I can't believe it's not turkey. That was it, Fred. You got it. That's the stuff I was eating. Yeah, I can't believe it's not turkey. Oh my God. All right, Roach, it's past your shower time. You're out of here. Have a good night, buddy. Yeah, I'll when that stuff gets here, I'll let you know. I'll send it off to you. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it too. I think we're running out of stuff to talk about. Since Horizon didn't come out with anything new we can shit on, other than that radio, which I haven't even looked at yet. You know what? Hang on a second. Maybe I can shit on it. I've got Horizon open, looking at The Apprentice. Let's see what the radio looks like. I can't wait to see this piece of crap. It looks like another armored truck came out. Oh yeah, there's a radio. Oh, that's got sexy written all over it. That does. Oh yeah. You got to be kidding me. Oh my God. The 3-button menu thing on the bottom, yeah, with a scroll wheel. Oh my God. Yeah, that's just brilliant. Budget, they call it. It's a $300 radio and it's budget. $367. Oh yeah, that's a budget, all right. Oh my God. Yeah, that won't be in my hangar anytime soon. I can promise you that. All right, so let me look at this truck. The Mojave 4S from Armor. Let's see how much. Oh yeah, $500. No, not buying that one. That's not coming in the hangar either. So yeah, they can keep that. I already have way too much Surface stuff. I'm not blowing money on Surface anymore. They've got some good sales on some of the old stuff too, and I'm just not spending money on it. There you go. Yeah, LiPo battery wrapped in bacon. Hey, how can you go wrong with that? That'd be awesome. All right, Wild Bill. Have a good night, buddy. We'll see you. Yeah, LiPo battery wrapped in bacon. $100 overpriced? Yeah, I'd say at least. You're being generous at $100. I think it's way more than that overpriced. Yeah, they got some apparel on sale if you want to get some swag. You know, they got some of that on sale, I guess. So, Eric, are you going to be able to make it to Bigfoot? I know it's a long drive, but it's longer for me. You're closer than I am. What's your situation? Hey, how are you feeling, too? You doing all right from the operation? Everything good? Good night, Ken. Have a good night, buddy. We'll see you later. Oh, so you're going to go to Null? Okay, good. Well, at least you're going to get out and fly. That's good. Yeah, it would have been cool to meet you up there at Bammer. So Null's next week. Interesting. I was going to go to Jeff's show this week, but I'm just can't be ready in time. I'm not ready to go. I didn't get word fast enough. Still awake here? All right, Alberto. Good to hear that. I'm glad I didn't put you to sleep. Oh, that's a good project. Yeah. A 280Z, that's a good car. That was a cool car back in the day. Yeah. That'd be worth putting back on the road for sure. I thought you had the trailer done. You got it painted and everything. What's left to do to it? Just slap the windows back in it. Let's go. What's the hold up? Right. Yeah, I've only ever owned one foreign car. When I bought my Infiniti, my G37S is the only foreign car I've ever owned. I got foreign motorcycles, just no foreign cars. That was the only foreign car I ever owned. Yeah, back when it was Datsun. Yeah, not Nissan. Yeah. Yeah, good for you, man. I hope that works out for you. That sounds like a good project. You'll have fun with that one. You're going to put brakes on the trailer? Why would you put brakes on it? Hell, even my car trailer with a car on it, it has brakes on it, but I don't use them. They're not hooked up. I've never had brakes on my trailer. Yeah, Alberto, I can't argue with you there. A lot of that older stuff was definitely made better than the stuff today, for sure. Today's stuff's made to be a throwaway. Back in the day, we didn't know what that meant. We built stuff to last back in the day. Now they just build it to get it out in the public as quick as they can, and they don't care if it lasts. That's not part of the criteria anymore. It's just let's get it to market as quick as we can. Thank you, Fred. I think you're going a little too overboard, Eric. All those things you're talking about can be put on at a later time. especially if you're only going to be hauling foam airplanes in it. You know, just get the lights hooked up and do it. Let's go. You know, you can put the moldings on it at a later date. You can put the brake cables if you want. You know, I don't know why you would. You know, I've got a car trailer that I carry. You know, I pull an Impala SS on the trailer with my Impala SS because I have 4 of them, and there's no brakes on the trailer, and I've never had a problem. Not stopping it anyway. I did get it sideways once. That had nothing to do with the brakes. Well, it'll be ready to put under a Tahoe if you need it. I mean, then you hook up the brakes. You know, when you put it in the Tahoe, you hook up the brakes. You don't need to fix those right now. Christy, what's up? Good to see you. How are you doing? Are you feeling all right? I've always wanted a radio controlled submarine. I'm a big sub guy. I love submarines. I've just, you know, an air marshal is a submariner. So I love it when we get in a discussion in the Zoom or something about submarines, real submarines. But yeah, radio controlled submarines would be fun. But you'd have to, you know, there's pools that if you watch YouTube, you'll see it. But there's windows downstairs in the pool. So they can see the sub through the windows if they want to. But yeah, in a swimming pool, especially a pool big enough, deep enough to play with a sub, yeah, that'd be a blast. Out in a pond, nah, probably not. The water won't be clear enough. You won't be able to see it. So that probably wouldn't be very fun. But yeah, in a nice clear pool, yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. And there's a bunch of guys on YouTube building RC submarines. Just look it up. There's a guy, I think his handle's Sub Guy. I think Hodges got out of airplanes and got into submarines really big. So you can go check out his channel. He's building some phenomenal submarines. So yeah, subs are a pretty big thing. You know, there's a lot of them out there. There's not a lot of commercial ones, but there's a lot of help on how to build your own. You know, a lot of help. 3D print the outer shell, you know, how to make the tube, the waterproof tube to put everything in. Yeah, it's a big deal. There's a lot about this subs on YouTube. Just look it up. Yeah, I've been thinking about building one. I probably will eventually. I'm a sub guy. I love sub. The only reason I haven't is I don't have a specific place I can go run it. I've got a buddy with a pool, but the pool's too small. It's not going to be any fun to run a sub in it. So I got to find some place that's got a big pool, you know, that I could maybe, you know, be able to play with it there. And once I find that, I'm going to build one. Yeah, I had one of those, JCB. I still have it. It's got that metal fin on the bottom for ballast. You put some baking soda in it, and you put it in the water, and it sinks. And then as the baking soda starts to bubble up, it comes back up. I have one of those. I still have it. I love that thing. You know, I can't get rid of it, even though it doesn't work anymore. I mean, I don't play with it anymore, but I still kept it. I love that thing. Yeah. Listen to Fred. He's got it nailed, Eric. Brakes only slow you down. Screw the brakes. Just bring it. What kind of surgery did you have, Christy? Your phone is being weird. Okay, I'll type messages. Hey, how are you doing, Fred? You getting over your? What did it turn out to be? Was it COVID again? Did you get, or is it just a flu? What did you get? And how you doing? You all right? Yeah, Eric. She'll just say that if it is. She'll just say, I don't want to say. That's fine. Okay. All right, Christy. Got it. But you're doing okay? You can have the floor anytime you want, Christy. Just tell everybody to shut the hell up. and just say it just like that. Hey, everybody, shut the hell up. I want to talk. And everybody will. You know. If you don't talk, we're going to have a 2-hour bitch session from Paul about driving a truck. Right, Fred? Wow, 15 people back in here. Holy crap. And we haven't even got anything to talk about. What do we... I wish I had something I wanted to show you guys, but I really don't that I can think of. Yeah, I really can't think of anything. Yeah, I'm rarely on Facebook. I'm not much of a Facebooker. But I'll go read it now that you told me it's there. I will make a point to go read it. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay. It's good to see you. I'll tell you, we've missed you. People ask all the time, "Where's Christy? How's she doing?" So everybody's asking about you. All right, JCB, we'll see you later, man. Good luck with the glider contest. That sounds like fun. Good luck. That should be a blast. What's Facebook? Yeah. That's funny, Roy. Hey, what's the status on your parts from Banana Hobbies? You got a projected, time it comes in, or what's going on with that? Yeah, he loves it too much, Christy. I'm kind of over. I end up leaving him when he starts that because, I we talked at length about that before he took this over the road job, and I didn't think he was going to like it, and he doesn't. Oh, October. Okay, good. All right, that's coming up then. Good. That's cool. Glad to hear that, Roy. Keep me posted. I want to know. So, yeah, so all he does is complain. And he even contacted me about, what's the job situation in Florida, because he's over it, he said. So I think he's ready to just come down here and take a job in Florida and get in the good weather and get off the road. I don't think he's going to keep driving trucks. Well, okay, Eric. First of all, why were you going 90? Second of all, you're not going to pull a trailer at 90. Because if you are, you're an idiot. Okay? You don't pull a trailer at 90. So you're not going to be going that fast pulling a trailer, because hopefully what's in the trailer is more valuable to you than going 90. Okay? So, you got to put it all in perspective. I don't pull a trailer that fast ever. The fastest I've ever gone in pulling a trailer is 65. So yeah, you got to think about the whole picture here. So yeah, the speed limit's not 90. Yeah, well, when you're pulling a trailer, Eric, you get in the right-hand lane and you let everybody go around you. You just wave. Yep, hi. I got valuables in the trailer behind me, so have a nice day, and you just let them go around you. I do it every weekend going to the field. People go around me all the time. Not that I'm going slow, but they don't want to be behind a trailer. Automatically, if you're behind a trailer, you want to get around it. So people pass me all the time. But, I try to go 60. I'm usually in the 55 to 60 range. The speed limit's 60. 55 and 60 both. So I try to keep it right in there. And that's fast enough. I'm not in a hurry. What's in the trailer means more to me than getting there in 10 minutes quicker. So yeah, I give myself a lot of room when I'm pulling. Anytime I'm pulling a trailer, I always give myself a lot of room. Make sure I got plenty of room to stop. So I don't know how much trailer I've been pulling trailers all my life. Boat trailers, car trailers, utility trailers. I've always been pulling something in a trailer. So, I've from the first time I pulled something with a trailer, I've always been extra cautious. I go slower. I stay in the right-hand lane. I don't, I give myself a lot of room for stopping. So just, some good advice to think about when you start pulling the trailer. It's not worth it. The fact of just having a wreck and ruining the airplanes in the trailer, it should be enough to stop you from doing anything. Okay, you're going to find the brakes can be a problem, especially as light as your trailer is going to be, because you're only going to have foam airplanes in it. You're gonna find out that your trailer brakes are going to try to lock up a lot. Okay, because without the weight in it, you just can't brake light enough on the back. To the point they're almost not using. You're not even using the brakes. You'll figure it out, but it's going to be a little bit of a fight for you. I can tell you that. It's very hard to get the rear brakes on a light trailer to work, because the wheels just want to lock up. They just want to lock up and skid, because the trailer just doesn't weigh enough to keep the weight down. So, but no big deal. Yeah, but like I was just saying, but you have to have some weight in the trailer to make it. You know, an empty trailer never. The brakes never work on an empty trailer. I mean, almost never. You know, they just lock up. You know, because there's not enough weight to plant it on the ground so the brakes will work. They just end up skidding. Uh, so, well, I don't know. It's an empty shell, and it's not a full shell, right, Eric? It's only like half of a Suburban, isn't it? You don't have the front fenders and everything on it, do you? There's no seats in it. There's no. I mean, it's gutted. You know. Yeah, it's going to weigh more than your average trailer probably, but probably not that much more. It's a Chevy Tahoe minus the Chevy. Okay. So there's no front wheels on it, right? You just have the tow bar hooked right to the frame. No front wheels, no engine. You know, I'm guessing nothing forward of the windshield, I would assume. You know, the windshield, doors, roof, and tailgate. You know, when you sent us pictures of the trailer paint job, we were so close to the trailer, we got a good look at the beautiful paint, but we don't. We really didn't get to see what the whole thing looked like. You know, got a great shot of the paint, but I don't know what the trailer looks like. I don't know how much of it you got on there. You know, do you have front fenders and stuff on it, or you know, I don't know. Yeah, I know it's big. You know, it's definitely big. Hey, did you put a floor in it so it's like a flat floor, or is it just the regular floorboards with the footwells and everything? No fenders, okay. No hood either, probably, right? Yeah, it's bigger than a Tahoe. Yeah, yeah, it's longer, right? It's a Suburban, isn't it? The floor is uneven. Are you going to put a floor in it? Are you going to flatten it out? Not necessarily a video. A couple pictures would be nice, though. Yeah, I knew you gutted it. Yeah. You should be able to put a lot of airplanes in the back of that. You know, I think, you know, buddy, what you might look into. A buddy of mine built a pipe rack out of PVC pipe. So he puts airplanes in, and then he sets the rack over top of it. And I forget what he's got for a floor on top of the rack. And then he puts more planes on top of it. So he's got like a dual level, and your Suburban would be perfect for that. So, and if you want to buy one of those roll out shelves that they make for pickup trucks, that would be even better. Because then you just pull the whole thing out of the back of the truck, take the planes off, take the rack off, take the planes off. Makes it really easy to load. So that might be something to think about. It works great. The guy that's got his pickup truck with a camper top on it, it's really cool the way he did it. It works out really nice. He gets a lot of planes in the back of his truck. Got thick carpet with padding. Okay. I'm just thinking it might be hard to, stuff's not going to want to lay flat. It's going to probably kind of try to roll around maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we definitely want to see it, Eric. Send me some pictures. You've got my phone number. Pop me off some pictures. I'd like to see it. We've all been pulling for you, man. We've been waiting to see, because you've been kind of updating us on that project. So, but yeah, I'd like to see it, what it looks like. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, shaggin' wagon. I got an air mattress you could throw in the back of it. It'll fit right in. No problem. All right, guys. I got to go to the bathroom. I don't want to come back out, so I'm going to call it. It's good seeing y'all. Glad you were here. Hopefully, Eric, hopefully we're going to get to fly together soon. Yeah. Well, I understand. I can understand why you have to rebuild them. So, I just, from my own personal experience, I don't think you're going to get much use out of the brakes. The rig's just not going to be heavy enough. So, Phil, thank you too, buddy. Thanks for coming. I've had a lot of experience with trailers, and my car trailer probably weighs more than your Suburban, and it's dual axle. And I had the brakes hooked up once, and even with the brake controller, I could not get the wheels, when the car wasn't on it, get the brakes to stop locking up. They locked up every time I hit the brakes. The back wheels were sliding. It just did not want to behave. And when I finally got it, adjusted so that they didn't slide, they weren't even working. So, the only time trailer brakes seem to work is when the trailer's pretty heavy. Now, of course, with the car on the trailer, the brakes would be good. But like I said, I've never had any trouble stopping it. The brakes on my Impala are awesome. So there's no problem stopping it. I've never had an issue getting it stopped. It worked great. So I never put the brakes back in it. I mean, it's got a battery in a battery box you got to hook up, and there's a chain. It's got a push master cylinder. It's an electric thing that when the trailer pushes against it, it applies the brakes. It's not hydraulic, it's electric. It's got electric brakes. And then there's a safety wire that if it comes unhooked, it automatically applies the brakes. But all right, Christy, you take care of yourself. We'll see you in the chat tomorrow night, I hope. All right? So, all right, guys. So I'm out. You guys have a good night. Thanks for coming. It's lots of fun. I always enjoy the shows. And they're only good because you guys are here. So, because without you, it wouldn't be a show. So, thanks for coming. We'll catch you guys later. And if I don't see you before then, I'll see you Sunday. All right, guys? Have a great night. Talk to you later.